Welcome to the Real Estate Bee with your guide and as a trusted real estate expert, Daniela Gnecchi.
Hello and welcome to this Spain real estate market update. I am going to give you the latest news about the economy, the tourist rental situation, and the real estate market. If you are planning on investing and you are looking for the best place, or if you are planning to relocate to Spain or to invest in an operation that can give you an interesting ROI, this is your channel. Today, I'm going to give you 6 pieces of news. It will only take a few minutes, but it will empower you with very interesting knowledge. Before starting, please remember to subscribe, to hit the notification button, and to like the video preemptively. You can always change your mind at the end. And now, let's start. First of all, let's start with some very good news for Spain. The International Monetary Fund has bumped up the forecast for the closing GDP for Spain for this year to 2.9%, which is 0.4 more than expected and even higher than the 2.6 that the government has mentioned last week. Spain is therefore the fastest growing economy in Europe, with almost triple the percentage of the European average, which is 1.2%, and higher than countries such as France or Germany. This trend is expected to continue for 2026, with a further increase and inflation at 2.1%, dropping to 1.9% next. Bottom line, Spain economy is very strong, which means that investing in this country is now even more secure. Now let's talk about one of the backbones of Spain's economy, tourism. According to the experts of Excel Tour, tourism in Spain is expected to grow by 2.8% by the end of this year, reaching a total income of 219 billion euros. However, tourism is expected to slow down its growth and to sort of chill out a bit. No, this is not because of the supposed demonstrations tourists go home or don't come to Spain. Don't listen, please, to what the media shout to attract readers or to what some influencers say to attract views. Except from the first one, these few tourist demonstrations fomented by the government, who wants to blame tourism for the scarcity of properties in Spain, were very unsuccessful. Very few people attended and basically nothing happened. Spain remains an extremely welcoming country, a fantastic place for holidays in terms of seaside, of hiking, of golfing, of culture, of events, of anything you can think about. Why is tourism slowing down a bit? For a very simple reason. People have less money. Prices are going up. In August 2025, the average hotel rate was 6% higher than last year. And of course, not everyone can still afford to spend a lot of money for going on holiday. Add to this the fact that low-cost flights are not that low cost anymore. So altogether, maybe some people had to rearrange their holiday plans. However, tourism in Spain still owns 13.1% of the GDP, which is a record high. And The Economist has labeled 2024 in Spain with 94 million tourists as the greatest year in tourist history. Another indicator of how good the tourist business is in Spain, it's the job situation. Tourism added 2.1% of jobs and increased not only the quantity of job positions, but also the quality, because over 92% of tourist jobs are permanent roles and 65% are full-time, with an increase in average wage of 3.7%. So this is very good news, and it demonstrates how solid and good the situation of tourism is in Spain. Spain, believe me, is a great country for tourists. Don't listen to the propaganda. Now, talking about tourist rental, let me give you some updates on the rental situation in Spain. If you remember from my previous videos, the government starting to crack down on tourist rental, and I explained why. The real reasons. They started with the obligation of registering all the short-term rental apartments in a property rental registry starting from July 2025. Well, it seems that so far the government has eliminated around 53,000 illegal apartments that were not complying with what is required to be registered in this list, which starts from actually having a tourist rental license. Most of these apartments, 16,700, were in Andalusia and especially in Seville. But pay attention. Most of these apartments were actually illegal in first place, meaning that they were doing tourist rental without having a license and without respecting what is required by law to effectively provide a tourist rental service which is of quality. Therefore, I would say that having this registry is also a good thing because it has cut off a lot of illegal apartments and a lot of illegal competition. What does it mean for you? If you buy a new development property, which is the easiest for tourist rental, and you want to rent out your property and you do it properly with all that is required by law, the competition you will have is much lower because a lot of the illegal tourist rental apartments are being completely eliminated from the market. These apartments already before were not even advertised on Airbnb or Booking because to advertise on these platforms, it was mandatory to show the license numbers, and they didn't have a license. So this registry actually is serving its purpose to regulate the tourist rental sector and make it more legal and efficient. Now let's move on to something a bit more futuristic. Malaga's council has gone full sci-fi to bulletproof the whole Costa del Sol against future possible blackouts. On October 15, they unveiled 5 Starlink terminals to ensure communications during emergencies. Born from the Dana, the flooding that cost over 200 lives, killed completely the optic fiber system and 80% of the mobile communication, and on the famous April's blackout that lasted up to 13-14 hours in some areas of the country, Malaga has decided to make sure that now the whole Costa del Sol is protected in case of emergency. So the Costa del Sol residents and the 1.5 million yearly visitors now will be able to enjoy fantastic beach Wi-Fi, real-time weather alerts, and perfect communication in case of emergency. So well done to Malaga, and hopefully this will be extended to other areas of Spain as well. And finally, talking about Malaga again, it has been ranked third city worldwide for digital nomads, trainly after only tax-free Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Why? Because of everything that Spain can offer. Very high quality of life, low cost of living, excellent healthcare, great weather, and a lot of foreign companies pouring in. The government, the local government on the Costa del Sol is also helping in terms of very good tax benefits. For example, with zero inheritance tax below 1 million and only 1% above. It's also investing billions in expanding the Malaga airport, which would make connections even easier. At the national level, the digital nomad visa enjoys the so-called Beckham tax, which means a very, very favorable tax regime and untaxed foreign assets. So no wonder that over 12,000 expats voted Malaga as the second best place to live in the world. As for real estate, double-digit increases are very likely. Therefore, if you are planning on investing, contact me, because whatever is your plan, whether it's just appreciation, rentals, or simply having a second residence, I will help you find the perfect solution. This is our news update for today. Please like the video, subscribe, so you will be notified when next videos come up. In the description, you can also find the link to download a full buyer's purchase guide free for you, and get in touch with me if you are planning to invest or buying your dream home in Spain. I'm here to help you, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching, and take care.